My name is Jim, and I'm with the Chestnut Street United Methodist Church in Gardner, Massachusetts. And I thought I'd do a quick video about Bibles. I got the idea to do this video at our last Sunday worship service. During that service, which we're holding via Zoom video conference because of the coronavirus, everybody kind of gets to participate in the meeting by doing readings of the Bible or prayer readings. And after one particular lady read a passage in the Bible, she held up her Bible and told us a little story about it, that it was kind of one she's gotten at an early age and it's been with her for a long time. And that prompted a few others in our meeting to kind of hold up their Bibles also and tell a little story. It almost became kind of a show and tell session about people's Bibles. And I could tell based upon the way they described them that they were obviously precious possessions for the people. And I thought I'd do a little video about my Bibles because it made me think about the ones I have. So that's what I'm going to do here, is show you these and explain a little bit about kind of the background of why I got them. So the first one I have here is actually the first Bible I ever bought, which is the New English Bible. I got this one when I was in high school, and I bought it because I was studying the Bible. I was taking a course in high school about the Bible, and we were reading it, and I actually read most of the Old Testament in this Bible. But this one was published in 1970. It's about when I bought it. But it's been my first Bible, and I always kept it around here. I didn't read it for a lot of years, but I always had it with me. This was the first one I ever bought. So here's the next one. So the next one I have here is the gold standard of Bibles. This is the King James Version of the Bible. I'll put up a little label so you can see some of these Bibles, these different Bibles have versions or translations. And this one you'll see is the King James. Sometimes you'll see it referenced as a KJV Bible. But the King James Bible is the most popular Bible that was ever produced. It was put together in the 1600s. And it's been the most popular one that was ever printed as far as number of copies. I bought this one initially when I started to have a relationship with God. I bought this one, and it's a little difficult to read because it has all the Elizabethan language, like the these and therefores and yea, verilies I go. But I kept this one, and I do refer to it when I need to kind of see what the original verse looks like in a particular passage, because every other translation of the Bible that's a present-day translation is really based upon the King James Bible. So that's kind of the one I refer to back if I have to look up something to see what the original verse says. But I've held on to this one. I don't read it a lot other than I mentioned to look up a verse. The next one I have is actually my favorite Bible. This is the New Revised Standard Version of the Bible. Again, I got this one once I started to have a relationship with God. It was late in life, in my 60s. And I bought the King James one first, and then I bought this one. I found this one was easier to read. As I mentioned, it's the New Revised Standard Version. This one was produced in, I think, the late 1980s by a large group of council of bishops and churches got together and took the Revised Standard Version. There's a lot of different translations of the Bible, and these are just a couple that I'm talking about, but they took the Revised Standard Version and tweaked the language. Again, this version doesn't have all the these and thous and yea, verilies in it. It's easier to read. It's based upon a high school reading level. And they tried to make it a little less gender neutral. But this one is, like I say, the one I use when I go to church, when I read in public. I use this Bible. I carry it with me a lot because it is precious. You can see I've got a lot of bookmarks in here of things I read in the Bible. But this is my go-to Bible that I use. The other one I have is actually a very similar version to that one. This is the HarperCollins Study Bible. It's, again, based upon the New Revised Standard Version of the Bible. And I got this Bible this past winter when I was in Florida. I was taking a course on how to read the Bible, how to study the Bible. And they said bring a Bible with you when you go to the class, and so I bought my New Revised Standard Version, but everybody else had study Bibles. I never knew what a study Bible was. But the study Bible, and I'll put up I'll show you some clips here, what's inside this book. The study Bible has an introduction to each book. It gives you the historical context, who the author is of the book, when they wrote it, and then it gives you maps so you can see kind of the different territories they're talking about, like where's Capernaum, and when they're writing about the first Thessalonians, where's Thessalonica. It's all in here. And they have also explanations below all the regular verses. They have a sections below that in the lower part of the pages where you can actually get a translation as to what this verse really means, what's it cross-referencing to, where else did they say this stuff. It's very helpful, I found, to have a study Bible. Now I see why everybody in that class had study Bibles, because it makes it so much easier when you're studying the Bible. This Bible is one I mark up, I highlight text in here because it is my study Bible, and I'm using it when I'm actually learning or reading a new part of the book to basically understand things a little bit better. I do have one more Bible at my home in Florida, the Common English Bible. That's another translation. I have that one because the Common English Bible is the Bible that my church in Florida uses, and so I have a copy down there for that. But that's a little different translation. I tend to like the New Revised Standard Version translation because I find it's a little closer to the King James. I didn't really modernize it too much, but it is easier to read. But getting back as to why everybody held up their Bible. I was thinking about it, and as I do in this video, Bibles are precious possessions. What's important is obviously what's in the Bible for us to read. But I consider this, my New Revised Standard Version, kind of a special book because I feel that it's something it's my special guidebook that God wrote especially for me. That's kind of the way I personally view at it, but it's got stuff in here as far as that'll help me. It's almost like a medicine or a tonic or a superfood that this book contains. That's why I think it's special, and I think that's why people in our Sunday service held up their Bibles as being precious to them. So that's all I wanted to share with you today about the Bibles. Share with us a comment on this video or on the Facebook page where I'm going to post this video. Share with us your Bible. Hold it up and show us what one you use. If there's a certain translation or a family Bible, please share it with us. Hope you find this helpful. Stay safe. Thank you very much for watching.